This is Ubud, and in many ways, this is the spiritual and cultural hub of Bali. Here you can trek through rice fields like we're doing right now.
There are temples here, river rafting, waterfalls. You can find spiritual healers, yoga, authentic Balinese food. You will not be bored here.
Hey everyone, today we are talking about Ubud.
Just the general aesthetic of it is really what I kind of expected when coming to Bali. The architecture, the mosques, the buildings, the statues.
Yeah, to me it's kind of like quintessential Bali. You have to come to Ubud if you come to Bali, and it did not disappoint. It was our first time and we spent 3 weeks or more here. So the first leg of our Ubud experience was directly smack dab in the heart of town at a homestay called Lastana Suites.
We ended up on this rooftop. It's like a bungalow on a rooftop, but the coolest thing is it almost feels like a European Bali because it's all rooftops and they have these beautiful red roofs. So just Ubud aesthetically is beautiful.
Yeah, the room that we chose is the only room at the very top level of the hotel, and it's got wraparound windows and a wraparound balcony that goes totally around. It's such a cool experience to be able to be perched on top of such like a bustly city and kind of observe everything with like a bird's eye view.
I loved it because having come from the beach, which was beautiful and tropical but felt like places I'd been before, landing right smack center in Ubud felt totally different. It was bustling, there were warungs, like the tiny restaurants everywhere. So staying right in the heart of it, it was a lot, but it was a really fun switch up to arrive in Ubud for the first time.
All the restaurants, all the massages, everything was just right outside of our door.
So staying in the center, I would recommend it, but only for a couple days. Otherwise it gets overwhelming pretty quick.
And the Lastana Suites has the cutest puppy ever. The cutest puppy ever.
Oh yeah, you can buy my earrings.
Ubud also has some pretty nice resorts in the surrounding areas. We are at Kappa Senses in Ubud. We are in like this bungalow bed thing of the pool. Check out this view.
A bamboo bungalow.
Look at that. We have a full video on Kappa Senses. I'll link down below. But that was like a really fun stay. We didn't leave the resort a whole lot when we were there.
Yes, if you're looking for like a relaxing like travel resort experience, Kappa Senses was gold. And it was kind of fun because we've been bouncing around like crazy. So to get to plant ourselves and have this mix of like, okay, we're going to be here, we can work, or we're going to be here, we can really relax. It was so beautiful.
Loved, loved, loved Kappa Senses. And then our last time in Ubud, we stayed at 2 different places. One that was directly right outside of town, but just on the outskirts. We could still walk into town if we want to. And I think this was my favorite area that we stayed. The place we stayed was called Hidden Padma Retreat. It was an inexpensive yet charming stay. Coming into it, the pool was really lovely. It was gardens, there was statues, there was all the fun architecture and vibes that you experience when you're in Ubud. It had all of that at a budget cost and a great pool, and our room was just kind of right off the pool.
I love this place. Cars couldn't get to it, motorbikes could, but the really cool thing was there were paths to shortcut everywhere to the main roads, and these paths were going like in between neighborhoods and buildings, but they weren't sidewalks for motorbikes to go on. They were just for walking, and so that felt really cool.
Yeah, walking around like just to yoga, to breakfast, to the little restaurants and stuff. You also got to see like all the local little warungs and eateries and stores. It was really fun walking around that specific area because it wasn't hustle and bustly, but it was like quintessential Ubud vibes. And the last place we stayed was kind of far outside the city, maybe 20 minutes or so, and it was called Nyaka Living Ubud.
Nyaka was really good if you're coming to Ubud and you want to do things on the outskirts, because then you're not having to pass through the traffic of town, which is absolutely actually insane. So I really love this place because we could go to waterfalls. We went to this like really cool wellness center. So we were doing activities at this point outside of town. The rooms were vibey but clean. The pool was amazing. They got us motorbikes. They were super welcoming when you got there. And it was like just everything you need. And I really loved it.
We got around in Ubud mostly by walking and Grab bikes. Grab is kind of like the Uber here in Bali, and they have motorbikes that you can ride in the back of, which is really fun. Like, I love just calling a Grab bike. I like driving the bikes too, but it's a little bit more stressful and you have to organize getting one and all of that. It's so easy to just hop on a Grab bike, and most of the rides in town are so freaking cheap. We're talking like under $1 to go 10, 15 minutes away.
We took separate Grab bikes all the time. We just both call them at the same time. We were rarely more than 5 minutes apart, if that, just hopped on, and it's really fun.
And they can kind of maneuver all around the cars too. They're driving on the wrong side of the road, up on sidewalks, down back alleys. You get around so much quicker on a bike, and that's why we chose to take a bike instead of a car everywhere.
Ubud is very walkable, but mostly because there's a lot of sites. Like, there's coffee shops, there's dessert shops, there's souvenir shops, there's beautiful temples, there's monkeys, there's just beautiful architecture. So it's a walkable city because it's very entertaining, and then it's jungle everywhere. You're in the heart of the jungle, so there's just trees growing on things, and there's a lot of charm. So we really enjoyed walking. The only reason we wouldn't sometimes is because it can get so hot in the middle of the day. So if it was middle of the day, it didn't matter how far we were going, we would hop on a Grab.
So the thing to do when you're in Ubud, everyone goes to the monkey forest. The monkey forest is freaking awesome. I know it's popular, I know it's crowded, I know it's hot if you go in the middle of the day, but you have to go to the monkey forest. It's so dang cool.
There's enough monkeys to go around, so even if it's crowded, well, and I should also say, they're terrifying. So in a sense, the more people there are, the less chances there are that that monkey's gonna choose you to climb up.
Like we do everywhere else, we went towards the very end of the day. I think we arrived at about 4:30 or so, and they stopped admitting people at 5.
As you're going in, you'll see a monkey and you're like, oh my gosh, keep walking. There are so many, and there are so many babies. Like babies where I'm like, how can you walk right now? You're so little. They say don't look them in the eyes. Don't look them in the eyes.
Don't do it.
They're terrifying.
Yeah.
And they're a little, can I say assholes?
They have like little man syndrome. It's like you look them in the eyes and they want to fight you immediately.
Yeah. It's also just a fun place to walk around. You're completely in this little forest jungle thing. There's also so many mosquitoes.
We also went late in the afternoon, and I know that's a really popular time for mosquitoes to be out feeding, so.
Yeah, so maybe to be safe, like hazmat suit it, so you're safe from the monkeys, the mosquitoes. It's probably just a good way to go.
Yeah, walking around there was so cool because there's a temple right in the middle of it, and it's so jungly. All the trees are incredible. Like, it's a freaking vibe the entire way through it. Scram, monkey, scram.
Campuhan Ridge walk. If you love walking, we did this early in the morning, probably like 8:30 a.m. At the latest, maybe even earlier. It's a beautiful walk. It's like just enough of an incline that it feels good, but you're not breathing heavy. And right from the get-go, you're crossing a beautiful bridge, you're in the beautiful jungle, there's beautiful ravines, and then bam, rice fields. And these were the first rice fields that we'd seen in Bali. So we were mind blown. It gets better and better and better everywhere you go in Bali. But this is a great way to see like the different terrains of Ubud. It was beautiful.
And you can start literally right in town, which is cool. And it was maybe 10 minutes just to get to the trailhead. So you get like this beautiful nature of like the rice fields right in the middle of town. We ended up eating breakfast at like a local warung up there. I don't remember the name of it, but I did fly the drone from there, so that's where all this cool footage is coming from.
I'm gonna sing over the footage now.
All right, prove it.
There's this one hotel that's like a nice hotel. They have private pools and baths on the balconies. We didn't stay there, but they have this ginormous boat, which initially you're like, Is this cheesy? No, it's not cheesy.
Pretty cool. On a boat.
We got drinks there. It was an absolute ride. The drinks were great. The service was impeccable. I'd highly recommend going for an early morning walk with breakfast or evening drinks.
Yeah, I think sunrise and sunset's the best time to hit Campuhan Ridge. There's no shade really up there, so like once you get out of the jungle, you're gonna be in full exposure with the sun, so I think going in the morning or later in the late afternoon is probably best.
Shout out to the dog that we fell in love with each other on Campuhan Ridge for 5 minutes.
Another amazing thing that you must do when you're in Ubud is go river rafting. Maybe 10 minutes away from town is the Ayung River.
It started out, we all met at one place and then they put us in this open air truck bed, but they took you about 20 minutes out of town. So it was really fun because you were just talking and getting to know people. And then you did have to hike down. It was enjoyable. The walk down was more difficult than the hike up.
And this is like a really mellow, fun way to get into river rafting.
This river was so fun because there's rapids, like you feel that like moment where you go down and then it pulls you through, but it wasn't scary. It actually felt just like a Disneyland ride. We were like getting wet. The boat captains,
Yeah, sure, why not?
they'd like spray you with their paddles.
Yeah.
It was fun. They had a really good energy. They're also so on top of it. Like, here's your paddle, here's your helmet, here's your this, after, here's your shower, here's your towel. But they let you swim in it. There was waterfalls. This one I particularly loved because there were specific moments. They were like, can you swim? Get in. Like,
Yeah, just
yes.
jump in.
This was so fun.
So this was a 6-person raft, and it kind of made it more fun having more people in the raft with us. I mean, make some friends, like have some fun with some people. It was a good time.
The wall carvings.
Yeah, along the side of the river, some groups of people took the time to make these really ornate carvings into the stone on the side of the river. It was so cool. I wish I had more footage of this, but my dang GoPro was not working for a little bit. It's so much fun just to float down a river. I mean, let's be honest, like it's not scary. So like if you enjoy water at all and you just want to float down a river and make some friends, you got to do this. It's also such an inexpensive experience for us. The one day that we rented a motorbike, we decided to head up to a waterfall called Manuaba Waterfall. It's maybe 20 minutes or so outside of Ubud, and it's definitely worth it. This was such a fun experience.
You do have to hike up a little bit just to get to where you enter the waterfall, but once you're on the waterfall hike, it's so short. Like there's maybe 3 staircases that are the steepest staircases of your life, but it's 1 staircase at a time. So that little part is actually really, the whole thing's pretty easy.
Maybe 20 minutes or so for the whole thing. There's actually 2 waterfalls on this little trek, and you get to go through a cool jungle along the way.
Are you entertained?
Are you not entertained?
The first waterfall is not swimmable. You can kind of hop along the rocks on the outside of it. The second waterfall is definitely swimmable, and we took full advantage of that.
Now we get to walk through that little valley
And the cool thing, especially about the second waterfall here, is like directly afterwards, you get to kind of trudge through the water through like this like narrow little canyon thing. And it's a lot of fun. I always love hiking in water through like a little ravine.
Yeah, they said you can go back the way you came, but you'll have to walk further, or you can walk through the water. And it's cool because it's not like you're crossing the river. You walk through the water where the water's flowing.
Yeah, it only really comes up to like your knees or so it's easily doable. So this is the exit, but we want to know, where does this go? Stay tuned to find out how much of a bad idea this is.
Ma,
What?
I was really excited, and I started thinking about mistakes.
Did you know that every time someone subscribes, a baby goat takes its first awkward little hop?
You're doing the Lord's work.
Ubud is known for their rice terraces, and the most popular one is called Tegallalang. Most of the rice fields that you'll see are kind of flat. They're tiered on some level, but the ones here were like steep cliffs with rice terraces on them. So the landscapes there are just really unique and picturesque. Everywhere you look, it looks like a postcard.
This one was so fun because you're going downstairs, you're walking across things, over things, under things. There's also swings everywhere. There was like a tiny little animal park. There were coffee shops along the way. This one was just more of an experience.
They really set this one up like a full-blown tourist attraction here. But it wasn't crowded. We went in the morning. We tried to get there kind of as early as possible, and there wasn't really anyone there. So there were obviously other people walking around, but we almost felt like we had like a large part of it to ourselves. So I would definitely recommend going early. It's so beautiful, it's so scenic. It's one of the things that you have to see if you're near Ubud. Yeah, it's so peaceful. It feels so serene just to be out there. And all the locals that are actually working the fields are so friendly when you interact with them. They're always giving you a warm greeting, saying hello and smiling at you. And that's always nice because you feel like you're just kind of peering into their lives, but it doesn't feel awkward when you're here. They're very welcoming.
I've been super excited to try yoga ever since we got to Bali. I love yoga. I've done it at home forever. I teach yoga. So I was really excited to try it out here. And one of the studios that I tried in Ubud that I'd heard a lot of good things about, it's also kind of a trendy studio, was called Alchemy Yoga. This place is beautiful.
So cool.
Let me tell you, these teachers, each one was very different, very unique. They have classes called like water, air, fire, you know, the elements. Incredible instructors. From their cues, from the way they present themselves, they introduce themselves to each individual person. It was a really welcoming space. I know it can be intimidating to walk into a workout class, especially if it's like a trendy class. This place did not have that energy or that vibe. Like, as trendy and as cool and as chic as it is, there were a lot of people coming from a lot of different places and a lot of different levels. You could tell there were regulars. There were people who were like, hey, I'm in Bali, I should try yoga for the very first time. Then there were people who do yoga frequently. There were every level. It was really welcoming. The music was a vibe. The meditations were incredible. I really felt so good after taking these classes. So I texted him and was like, come down here, I want you to see this place.
No, I really loved it. It was the coolest structure that I've ever practiced yoga in. It really feels like a unique experience when you're in there. And there's room for so many mats. There's probably room for like 100 mats in there, but it doesn't feel confined at all because it's so big, it's so spacious, and it's just incredible architecture. It's well worth visiting when you're in Ubud.
They also have like a juice shop right outside the structure. And then if you cross the street, there's a whole cafe scene. It's vegetarian or vegan.
Something like that, yeah.
Something like that.
One of those.
I got some good chocolates. I got multiple matchas. This place was fun.
Looking for more things to do around here? Viator's our go-to. It makes it easy to browse nearby experiences, read real reviews, and find something that actually fits your vibe. Most tours allow you to reserve now and pay later, or provide free cancellation for up to 24 hours before departure. So it's a no-risk way to lock in your spot on popular tours before they sell out. Tap the link in our description to see what's out there. And yeah, booking through the link helps keep our travels going. Win-win.
This was our first go at a warung experience, and we ate it once and immediately we were like, I can't wait for lunch tomorrow. Had it again, couldn't wait for dinner. There's this one dish that's like their authentic dish here called nasi campur. I don't know what's happening on this plate. It's so good.
Nasi campur is like rice in the middle, like a ball of rice, and then usually get like some meats and then all these little like salad dishes like around the side. So everywhere you go, it's a little bit different. So it's fun to get nasi campur here, nasi campur there, because they all have such unique, vibrant flavors.
I love to pick at lots of different things as I eat. If you're like that, this food is so good because there's so much going on, and then you don't feel sick after. Like, you don't feel heavy.
And the cool thing is, like, a lot of these local warungs they're almost like attached to people's homes. There's like these walkways, and then you could see home dwellings and then restaurants. And like, it's fun to experience that because you feel like someone's cooking you straight from the kitchen of their home. And it's such a unique experience. Like, I really enjoyed that.
It's very intimate. It feels very special. The food is very much made with like love and care.
And it's incredibly affordable. A lot of these nasi campur dishes are like $3 US, so eat up.
We went to this one cafe called Yellow Flower Cafe. This was the first place in Bali that we went to more than twice. We went there 3 times. But the vibes of this place, it's all open air, and it was just happy.
It was a restaurant that was in like one of those alleyways that was right down the street from Hidden Pattern Retreat. So you got to walk down these cool alleyways, and then we were kind of just walking the streets and we stumbled across it, and we're like, I think we have to come back here. There was fans going, so it was a lot cooler. It was fully shaded, but also outdoor. There was a really lovely view outside, and the food was absolutely incredible. It was maybe the best food we've had here in Bali.
Like, the most simple dishes were so good, and then they had fun drinks. There were dogs running around. You can also shop local there, which I thought was really cool. It's one of the ways that they're like, hey, give back to the Balinese people, and I love that.
Here's what's left of it. Ooh, bacon. No, I didn't switch out my fiance for a blonde version.
We were so excited to come back to Ubud because we wanted to get this again.
Our favorite drink that we've had so far in Bali was at a place called Coconut. We went to Coconut at least 3 times, and it's really the simplest drink. There's a lot of variations they have. They have the OG, which is basically just coconuts, and then they have like all these nut flavors,
But it's
Oreos.
not flavoring. It's actual nuts that they're just crushing up and put it in it. It's a delicious dessert, and like, it feels good. You don't feel sick in your body. It's all natural ingredients. Get the original or get the cashew.
Oh,
we
my,
tried
yeah.
a lot. I think those are the best.
So good. The cashew is my favorite. The OG is also awesome. But if you get a sweet tooth, they also have like Oreo ones and like chocolatey ones and all that sort of stuff too.
If we could franchise this, we would franchise this in my home.
100%. If you're in the mood for Indian, Bollywood Indian cuisine right in the heart of Ubud was incredible. Rich, creamy butter chicken. Get the butter chicken there. Oh my God, the cheese naan, incredible. I freaking love Indian food.
This was kind of a tourist attraction because it was right in the center, but so flavorful, delicious, so good. And again, the music, the live music here, you're never like, cool. It's like, what? How is this voice coming out of you? Everyone is so talented here.
Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be.
We were looking for a place kind of last minute to eat some dinner, and I went on Google Maps and I found this place called This Is Bali. It's like an upscale traditional Indonesian food, and the cool thing about it is you get to kind of build your own nasi campur. Like, I really enjoyed the whole experience of being able to choose your individual dishes and create your own plate.
What was cool was that you could choose. What was incredible was that the way in which you choose is they give you this little piece of paper with little designated circles for all the sides you want. And then they had stamps, and the stamp would say like pumpkin curry, stamp it. Honey chicken, stamp it. Yeah, is your mouth watering? I took 1 bite of my pumpkin curry and was like, hey,
Wow.
Can I get an extra side of this? This was the best curry I've ever had in my life. The honey chicken. The chicken here is just different. I don't know why. It's not dry. It's not dry. It was so good. There's also question cards on the table, like what's something you've been dreaming about this year? So it's a fun date spot. This place is really good.
It gets pretty crowded, so if you're going at like peak dinner time, which is probably around like 7 o'clock, you might have to wait a little bit, but we got there a little earlier, so we were good.
Okay, so one of the nights we were a little tired, didn't have a motorbike, so we decided to grab food.
Grab food, by the way, is like Uber Eats or like DoorDash or something here.
But I'm Balinese now, so I just say grab. And so we saw homemade noodles, we're like, cool, great, we're hungry, you know, Asian dish, never gonna be mad at. Oh my God. I took one bite and I was like, what is this? I was so excited to see you try it. We went right back to the actual restaurant the second day where they had a full extensive menu.
Oh my God, we got everything. They had a rice porridge that was delectable. I've never wanted rice porridge before. It's a very kind of bland, whatever dish. I thought it'd be good here, so we ordered it. Oh my God, it's delicious. All of their noodles are homemade there, and it makes such a big difference when you have fresh made noodles, and they do rice noodles and wheat noodles and all the different kinds of noodles. It's kind of like a weird spot, like there's no real signage. I don't think they even have like any images of the signage because they didn't, like there was no Omiiku sign, but if you search for it in Google Maps, you'll find it and you will not be disappointed. This place is freaking amazing.
While we were walking the rice fields, we wanted to have breakfast.
What are the rice fields called?
Tegallalang, ding dong. When we were at the rice terraces, the tiered rice field, if you will, we wanted to have breakfast and we just Googled the place and came across Tiz Cafe. So cool. Overlooking the rice terraces, beautiful. Food was amazing. We got like a poke bowl. I got hummus and smoked salmon.
Random. It was good though, it was so good.
It was so good, but the view was impeccable. So if you're like, you know what, I kind of want like a little more trendy food, like a poke bowl or, you know, a cute matcha and a cute smoothie, whatever, if you're like that girl.
Also, come here if you just want like a little pool day.
Oh
because
yeah.
We didn't have time because we had to go river rafting later, but if we had more time, you can pay a little extra money and like hang out by the pool that's overlooking the rice terraces there. It's such a nice pool. And they give you like food and drink credits. Like, I'm not sure how expensive it was, but
no,
I guarantee it's worth it.
I saw it because you only pay a little bit more and that goes towards your food. Go, it's so beautiful. The food was so good. The service was fun. It was a fun energy and it wasn't like pool club vibes. Not at all. It was like, yeah, we're all looking at the coolest view ever. Ubud has really incredible art markets. Amazing things. If we had a home, I would come here and ship so much of this stuff home. Baskets, light things, but it's not just home decor. There's
robes.
Vivy robes. There's cute crochet purses. There's cute outfits. Amazing stuff. It's not just like knick-knacky stuff that you're gonna bring home and clutter your house.
But it is knick-knacky stuff, and the knick-knacks are really cool.
Yeah. Oh, I should show some of the stuff I got. Okay, let me show you some of my knickknacks. First, when I was leaving yoga, this guy said, do you want this box? And I said, sure, how much is it? Look at this beautiful bowl. They have tons of cool stuff like this, like amazing stuff that you could put for your house. There were so many unique things. I was like, why is this not tacky? Why is it all so cool and such a vibe? Look at these cute jewelry purses. There's shells and like the colors are amazing. I also got this robe.
She got a robe. Everything's so cheap too.
Oh.
Like, yeah, this shirt I got for like maybe $7 or something. That was like $12. It's incredible the value that you get here, and everything feels like it's handcrafted, like it's handmade. Ubud also is known for massages. You can literally get a massage here for an hour for $6. It makes no frickin' sense. And there's massage parlors at every corner, like around every little bend. It's like there's massage therapists just waiting to work on you. It's really incredible. And also at any time during the day, if you want one like early morning, if you want one late night, if you've been walking around a lot and your feet hurt a little, get yourself a foot massage for $4 for 30 minutes. It's incredible.
I had the best foot massage I've ever had in my entire life. I also got like a face acupressure massage, which clearly sculpted me.
Yeah, they have all sorts of weird massages here. They have 4 hands massages where 2 people work on you. They have like an ear candle one. They have acupressure. They have foot reflexology. They have all of this stuff, and it's all incredibly affordable. Back home, massage is like a luxury thing. Here, it's just like something you can do on a whim.
How can you take an hour of someone's time and it be that much cheaper? It's wild.
Yeah, tip your therapist. Seriously, like give them a good tip. Their time is worth more than $6 rubbing your feet for an hour.
There was one spa that we visited twice called 3 Points Massage, and this was on this street, Bisma Street. So one day we stopped in to get a foot massage, and he was like, that was the best foot massage I've ever had. So when we came back to Ubud, we had a 90-minute couples massage.
Incredible.
It was so good. This place, I really like this place. They're nice, they're on top of it, the rooms are beautiful.
You pay a little bit more for this massage.
Yeah, you pay a little bit more. From what I've experienced, you get a little bit nicer of a room or facility.
Ubud's not necessarily known for its gyms and like fitness centers, but we found one called Titi Club, and it was
Titi Batu.
I keep calling it Baloo.
It's a whale.
But we found one called Titi Batu, and it was freaking
Wait, I think it's Titi, not Titi.
Titi? I don't know. You want to do it?
You know,
All right. We found one called Titi. I can't do it. I can't do it.
Okay, we found one called Titi Batu, and it was a wellness club. This place was incredible. There's a cafe, there's a spa, there's a room for classes like Pilates classes, yoga classes. I took a dance class. Then there's an incredible 2-tiered pool. There's a gym, it's a little bit smaller, but it's nice. There's a cold plunge, a sauna, a amazing steam room,
So good.
and then a skate park, an actual skate park.
And a basketball court. And tennis courts.
This place was so cool. We're like, oh, we should go over there because we can get a good workout and work for the day. I was like, if I lived here, this place would suck me in every day.
In order to access all the facilities plus the gym, it costs about $20 per day, which isn't like the cheapest thing around, but also, you know, well worth it if that's what you're looking for.
Didn't part of that go towards food?
Yeah, they also give you a 75K credit for food, which is about $5 credit, but that's enough to get you like a meal when you're there because the food's not expensive.
You right?
A few tips while you're in Ubud. I would definitely head out early morning and then kind of like late afternoon sunset time. Maybe skip the walking around midday. It can get very hot there. Crowds are a problem here, and heat can also be a problem when you're in Ubud. So getting out early, you can kind of avoid both. And also going later, you can kind of avoid both. So that would be my tip. Avoid doing things midday.
One tip I have is if you're going to grab, really double check your location, check it between Google Maps and check it because there's a lot of places under the same names, and we both ended up 25 minutes away from where we were intended to be one time each.
When you're entering in the address of the new place you're going, and it'll auto input something that's very similar to what you're aiming for and then take you to a totally different part of town. So get your surroundings of where you are, understand the part of town that you're trying to go to, and ensure that you're heading that direction. Also, just don't rely on taking cars anywhere, especially midday. The traffic is the worst kind of early afternoon, but it's really bad late morning all the way up until about sunset, and it kind of dies a little around evening. But I would recommend, if you need to take a car anywhere, go early in the morning. There's almost no traffic before like 9 a.m. So that would be the time to take a car anywhere. Other than that, get on a grab bike, rent a motorcycle. There are a ton of mosquitoes in Ubud. It is the jungle. There's water everywhere. So prepare for them. They have local lotions and sprays that actually don't smell bad at all, and they seem to be fairly effective. So just load up on them. Go to the mini marts, get your lotions, get your sprays, and always put them on, especially early mornings, especially late afternoons, early evenings.
This is the one that we got. It's called Sothel or something like that. I'd rather be bit than spray off on my body. I can't stand the film, the smell. This stuff isn't bad.
Also, depending on the time of year that you go, there could be a ton of rain. We kind of went in the in-between stage. We were here in April and May, which is kind of going from the wet season to the dry season. So we experienced both. If you're anywhere near the rainy season, be prepared for it. It comes out of nowhere and it's like a flood when it comes. There's like puddles on the side of the road and like literally the streets can go from being so packed to no one on them. It just clears out the streets. All the vendors come in, no one walks around. It's crazy how much it can dump rain here and how fast it comes.
We got rain in.
I would pack light clothing. He bought this shirt because it's so hot and not even like, I'll walk around in like yoga shorts and a sports bra. Even some of my yoga stuff, I was like, that's too thick. Pack light and airy things that don't stick to your body. Like even this tank top, I mean, obviously it's gray. I wouldn't have worn it because it's too hot. But I would not wear anything that was connected to my body. I needed everything flowy because, not because it's like the vibe or the aesthetic, because it is so hot. You're just sweating if anything's touching you.
And if you don't have light, breathable clothing, just buy some here. It's cheap and it's everywhere.
That was one thing, is we were like, next time we come, we will not pack a lot of clothes because there's actually really cool clothes here and it's not expensive and a lot of it is made from the Balinese people, so.
And it's made for this climate.
If you're coming to Ubud for longer than 2 days, I would stay somewhere just outside of town, but within walking distance. We loved like kind of near the Bisma Street because while town is fun and vibrant, it's a lot. So I would say just a little bit outside of it so you can kind of have like this quiet, nice, beautiful jungle moment and then go into town and experience all that fun and kind of get to do both.
And then if you need to leave the city for any reason, you don't have to go through it in order to get out. We had the most incredible time in Ubud. If you come to Bali, definitely make a trip up to the jungle and stay in Ubud for at least a few nights. It's really magical.
If this is your first time to Bali, do not skip Ubud. There's so many cool things you're gonna try here and see here and experience. Do not skip it.
Join us next time where we head north to Munduk, where the air gets cooler, the traffic and crowds are non-existent, and we get to hike to about 1,000 waterfalls. Oh, also, swimming with wild dolphins? You're not gonna wanna miss this one.